So I've been looking around on the internet, browsing YouTube, and an interesting topic of conversation that has been brought up these days. I don't really know how much it's been covered or how prevalent and exposed it's been over the past 10 years, but just for some reason, it seems like this subject has been put to the forefront and put out there in the mainstream media for everyone to see over the last like 2-3 years. Is this whole deal about the LGBTQ community and drag and transgender and gay pride. And maybe it's the month. Maybe the month has a lot to do with it, as that, the recording of this video is in June. However, I just feel like over the past few years, past 3 to 4 years, this topic has just been pushed to the forefront and pushed for everyone to be able to see and have their opinion be brought out, and for mainly good reasons. Let me preface everything I'm going to say by saying these are things that need to be said, because for the majority of the people that are being represented that are in this community, most of them go through a bunch of BS. They get undermined, they get assaulted, and all of these wrongfully so. They don't deserve any of this. And I'm a proponent and I'm a supporter. However, I'm a supporter of the movement and everything that it stands for goodwill, and that the people that are part of the LGBTQ have their lives lived safely and peacefully. That's what I believe in. That's what I want to push. Just let them be however they want to live their lives. They have the right to do so in this country because of our rights and our freedoms and the laws that allows that to be so. However, with what's being pushed to the forefront in news media, viral videos, people speaking out, I just see a bunch of negativity. I just see things that don't have to do with the movement, in that they want equal rights and that they want things to be fair and them to be treated equally. Again, my belief is that they should be treated fairly. If they're competent, they're competent. They should be accepted in jobs. If not, you're not. You stink, you stink. It has nothing to do with skin color, hair color, belief, religious, none of that. It has nothing to do with any of that. So with what I'm seeing these days is that everybody is talking about like sex. Why does it have to be everything sexualized? Like physical contact, public display of affection and intimacy. Why does that have to be so evident? Why does everything that has to do with the LGBTQ have to be associated with sex and sexualizing? And then, whether it goes to movies, shows, any sort of physical depiction, it always has to be sexual. Why? I know many people that are associated and that are part of the LGBT community that are just normal people. You wouldn't be able to tell otherwise unless they said and told you in your face, that, hey, this is what I believe in. This is my sexual orientation. But with what they're putting out there in the news and what I'm seeing in these videos across YouTube with these or TikToks, is that it's just revealing the body and the acts, the lewd acts, and all of these different subgroups and these clubs you go to, which are not libraries, checkers, and safe games at home. This is not for minors. All of these acts and these actions are what adults go through. Yet all of these things are being put out there for everyone to see and do. And I'm not going to get into grooming and all that. That's not what this is about. This whole video, my rant, if you want to call it, just has to do with, why does everything have to be sexual? Why does it have to be, I like man to man, woman to woman, transgender to transgender? Like, who cares? You do all that stuff we have the right in this country to do everything of that behind closed doors. Why does it have to be put out there about, I want to be this way? If you are that way, you're that way. You just hope that you get treated and you do what you can to, go through this life in the way that you want to be treated and that no one bothers you. That's what I hope for them. I don't care about what you do behind closed doors. I don't care about how you're dressing and everything. But I feel that the community is making a push and putting things out in the wrong way, that people that don't necessarily, like myself, believe in those things scratch your head and say, why are you pushing for that? I thought the whole thing had to do with being free and had to be doing with all the things that you wanted to do without being bothered or without being killed. I'm against all of that. Why bother? Why disrupt anything that they're doing just because you don't believe in what they do? I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that people should be ridiculed and slandered for these things. I have their back when it comes to in that regard, and that they should be protected and they should do what they want. But again, what's the whole deal with the the sex? Why does it have to be about sex? You live your life, you do all that stuff behind closed doors. The reason why I put that out there is because heterosexual people, they're not talking about sex. It's not being pushed out there. Yeah, for a long time in movies and stuff, you'll have display of affection, kissing scenes, sex scenes, and all that. Yeah, that appeals to a lot of the people, but it's not being put in your face like how it is with the opposite, like how it is with the LGBTQ community, with the drag races and the drag shows and all these things. It's just very lewd. I feel like it's lewd, and that what they're trying to put out there for equality and trying to normalize everything is sexual. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. Why does it be that way? I'm putting this video out for someone out there to tell me why it is that way. Like, this like sexual, homosexual has been out there for a long time before any of this happened, before I was born. So why does it have to be such an earthquake of an event right now? I don't understand. Someone out there, please tell me why, or if anyone out there is in the community, explain to me, because clearly I'm uneducated. That's why I'm putting this out there. Again, why does everything have to be sexual? Why can't you just live your life? You believe in what you believe in, but you don't have to put everything out there and show your skin and show your affection and the acts that you do to relieve yourself out there. Like, I don't get that. Let me know. Educate me. That's what I'm here for, putting the video out.